Shalom, Israel. First and foremost, we'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders at Great Millstone, and peace and salutations to the hopeful like Akim out there that are pushing this word in truth and in sincerity. Shalom to the Aqua that are out there, the few sisters that do watch and believe. To the speckled word Israelites out there, confusion of faith, Shalom. We all don't look like Shaq. So, contrary to popular belief, we're gonna be spread out through all nations and look like other nations. So, that's not the point of the lesson. But what the point I wanted to lesson is to that through the foolishness of preaching, is how we show forth our works. By going out to the highways and byways, by doing videos, by being up to date on world events, geopolitical events, what's going on with the economy, food shortages, these all tie into being a watchman and being aware of the world that you live in so that you can bring good food to the sheep and to warn the flock, to keep the flock. Salakia. But, the title of this lesson is, I haven't put it together quite yet, but the point is, to don't get embarrassed. This is more like a motivational video for brothers out there that are coming into this thing that may be on edge about going on to the highways and byways and showing their face, to the world, to their peers, to their family, their friends, their bosses, maybe. This is something that you have to really put aside, because I heard this quote a long time ago that it made a lot of sense to me. It says the people that are shy have the most pride, because if you're shy and you don't want to go out there, generally speaking, and you don't want to go out there, that's because either you're too worried about how other people look at you. You're too worried about how other people look at you, to where that fear is greater than your faith to go be a living sacrifice out there on the highways and byways. So that's not something that you should be concerned about. Who cares if that girl you like sees you on the street, or her friends giggling that you've seen from school, because that happened to us last camp. I know girls that I went to high school with, not like I care about them. I have a woman myself, but I talked to them. I would have considered them friends. But they didn't even stop by, they kind of looked and were just kind of, like, oh, okay, kind of shook. The people don't really know what to do. They really think that you went full crazy. You lost it when you go out there on the highways and byways with a garment and a Bible in your hand, with posters breaking down the 12 tribe sign, cursing out the white man, in a gist of it. We understand it's a lot deeper than that, but there's a lot of things that people don't understand that go into being out there and teaching. Because it takes a certain spirit for a man to face strangers and to proclaim his belief, especially in this day and age. It's 2022 and you got a Bible in your hand type mentality. So I did have a few scriptures lined up, and I do want to get through them. I'm motivated to get through these because I wanted to kind of organize my thoughts so people can more understand what I'm thinking, and not what I believe, because it's not about what I believe. Who gives a shit what I believe? It's about what the scriptures say, and if you can interpret them correctly. So, I'm just gonna start from the top and just scroll through what I have. This is 1 Corinthians 4:10. It says, "We are fools for Yahweh Shai's sake, but ye are wise in Yahweh Shai. We are weak, but ye are strong. Ye are honorable, but we are despised." And that's going into, not worrying about what this world deems as normal, because what this world deems as normal is cutting your rod off, calling Jimmy Kimmy, and fucking taking hormones to change your natural cycle of things, man. So the wisdom of the scriptures is foolishness to this world, and Yahweh Shai is foolishness to this world. So we're not out here, trying to make a name for ourselves. We're trying to make a name for the gospel and the truth, which is Yahweh Shai. We're not going out there for us. We're going out there for the gospel and to be witnesses for the kingdom of heaven that is to coming, which is the New Jerusalem, which is the elect, which is who we're fishing for. So this is 1 Corinthians 1:21. For after that, in the wisdom of God, Yahweh, the world by wisdom knew not Yahweh. It pleased Yahweh by the foolishness of preaching to save them that believe. Because we all understand that a person on the highways and byways screaming at the top of their lungs, Baba's coming out, which is spit in Spanish, cursing out the white man, saying you're going to go into slavery, man. People look at that like, man, you a fool. You know, saying, hey, you know, stop doing what you were doing in the world and come into this truth, man. Because this is the only thing that's going to save you. What are you talking about? The people are thinking in their heads, I got canned goods, I got a K with all the ammo, you know, I got this, I got that, I'm straight. You know, that's the type of foolishness that this world deems as their end to be without honor, you know, as Wisdom of Solomon 1:5 and 1 Salakia goes into. So through the foolishness of preaching. So this is 1 Corinthians 4:9. For I think that Yahweh hath set forth us the apostles last, as it were appointed to death. For we are made a spectacle unto the world, and to angels, and to men. So it says, for I think that Yahweh hath set forth us the apostles last, because all the movements happened already. The Brown Berets, the Black Panther parties, the Nat Turners, you know, the Nat Turner, which was a prophet, you know, the people that went against the slave colonies, you know, all that came to naught, you know, the Build Back Better, whatever our people tried to do, you know, whether it be the Cesar Chavez, Martin Lucifer King Jr., you know, that sellout, you know, no matter what it was, all those things had a time and a place, but came to naught. So that's why the apostles and the truth came out at the very last minute, when everyone has access to unlimited amounts of information. You know, the majority, everybody has a phone and computer in their pocket. Like I always say, in the age of information, ignorance is a choice. So a lot of these people rather choose to be blissfully ignorant than to be occupied in the truth that is going to cause you sometimes, you know, anxiety. It's going to make you feel some type of way. That's the bitter. But you're also going to come across the sweet that just makes you feel at peace, at ease. But if you're still stressed about this thing and you've been in this truth for a little while, you know, you got to pray for faith, man. If you're scared for what's coming down the pipe more than you're happy that the kingdom's coming, man, check yourself. Because the little tribulations that we face on this world is going to be nothing compared to what we're going to gain in the kingdom. Even if you do got to get your head cut off, Lord willing, He give you the spirit to endure whatever you have to endure. So this is Philippians 3:8. Yea, doubtless, and I count all things but loss for the excellency of the knowledge of Hamashiach Yahushua my Lord, for whom I have suffered the loss of all things, and do count them but dung, that I may win Yahushua. So that was the Apostle Paul speaking, I believe, talking about, you know, he was a made man. You know, he was a wealthy man. He had, you know, a family. He had things in order in his life, let's say, in the world. But he counted that all but dung, Salakia, to get into this ministry. Because, you know, you coming into this ministry, there is the possibility of you losing your job for your boss coming. I always say this because it happened to me. The person that you're with, even if you're with them for 4 years, you know, if you're transitioned from out of the world into the truth, you know, most likely within that transition, if that person's wicked, they're going to leave you, because they're not going to want to see you doing better, and they're not going to want to make that change with you. But at the end of the day, you know, you can't force faith. You know, it's something that you're either born with or you're not, or you don't have it. You either have it or you don't. You know, there's no gray areas. I kind of have faith, I kind of don't. No, it's either whether you be hot or whether you be cold. And this is so we have to understand that a lot of those things are going to be taken away, and eventually when Jacob's trouble comes, we're all going to be homeless. You know, we're all going to be put in full submission to having our faith in Yahweh Bashim Yahushai to get us through what we're going to go through, because what we're going to go through is not anything that is going to be compared to in the whole history of the world. So this is Philippians 3:9, and be found in him, not having mine own righteousness, which is of the law, which is, the first 5 books of the Bible, which is the law, but that which is through the faith of Hamashiach, Yahushai, the righteousness which is of Yahweh by faith. So that's right. And that's going into also the Israelites that are coming in at the 11th hour. Because they're not getting saved from all the works and going on the highways and byways and doing videos and waking up the people and doing this. They got saved because of faith, because they believed, and coming into that 11th hour, seeing the signs, seeing the wonders, seeing all these things, they were able to come into the fold at the 11th hour, which is the last minute, and not having faith. They weren't following the law. So are we justified through the law? No. But are we obligated to keep the law? Yes, to the best of our ability, especially being in captivity. This is Matthew 10:32. So this is, whosoever therefore shall confess me before men, this is Yahushai speaking, him will I confess also before my Father which is in heaven. So if you're ashamed to even, pray over your food in a restaurant, man, your faith is being hidden because you're scared of what other people will think of you. You're scared to confess your belief in front of other people, whether it just be praying in your meal, putting your head down for less than a minute even, in a restaurant full of busybody people, Do that, man. You're supposed to pray over your food regardless. You're supposed to pray over your drinks, man. So anything that goes into your body. So how much more so being on the highways and byways, man. Going out there and actually presenting yourself, facing the crowd, getting cussed out, getting people thrown. I've had people throw shit at me, throw drinks, throw flyers, those Jesus Peace flyers. I've had the cops called on us. We've been run off blocks. We've been called by business owners. We've been run up by security of private businesses that, mall cops. We've gone through all that, man. But no matter what, we're going to shake the dust off our feet from that spot. We're going to keep it moving. We're going to keep it pushing, but we're not scared, because I have seen people I know. I've had family, friends, all types of people when we're on the highways and byways in Boise on the main strip that we're at here in Idaho. So, this is something that is speaking very much from experience, and I haven't been on the streets for 5, 20, 30 plus years like the elders and apostles before me. So I don't have really much to say, but I can explain the little bit of experience that I have had on the highways and byways, because I remember being nervous and first going out on the highways and byways. I started preaching on the green belts, which was like a little popular, bike trail, but there wasn't near the amount of people as a hot summer Saturday market day in downtown, with hella people just always walking by, talking shit, interrupting you as you are teaching. You got to really compose yourself and have a stoic look, which no matter what happens, no matter what comes up, you're always going to maintain a pretty level head, kind of roughly paraphrasing. You're not going to get happy, you're not going to get sad, a poker face. So, eventually, sometimes I got to cuss these motherfuckers out that come talking shit, thinking that we're some choir boys, not going to say anything to their smart ass comments or telling them, and wouldn't tell them to back up when they're getting all close in your face, We got a Bible in our hands, but prepare to get cussed the fuck out if you're on some bitch shit. But continuing, this is Luke 19:13. And he called his 10 servants and delivered them 10 pounds and said unto them, occupy till I come. And that was a parable of the austere master. They gave each one of his servants a certain level of, let's call it an inheritance, a certain amount of money to go out there and make his work prosper. And that's what Yahweh Bashem Yahushai gave into us. He loosed the 7 seals, gave us the full knowledge. So that tells us, like it's the parable in the scripture, that we're supposed to occupy till he comes. So as soon as we were activated in our own time to come out on the highways and byways, you're supposed to never put the plow down at that point. And Lord willing, he did not take the spirit from me to not want to keep going out there. Because even King David prayed for that prayer. So how much more so just as regular men here in Babylon the Great, Lord willing, we be those elect men. So no matter what happens, we're going to stay in it. So, and that's Lord willing, man. Lord willing, I be of the elect men, man. Putting it on for the tribe of Issachar. One of the 2 witnesses out of the northern kingdom. So northern kingdom being one witness, southern kingdom being another witness. You know, so this is a very great honor to be a part of, and you can't take it for granted, man. And you can't oh, in 2 months I'll go out and teach, and give me another week, I want to learn a little bit more, man. I went on the highways and byways when I heard Elder Apostle Tahar say, I don't care if you know 2 scriptures, you bring those out all camp, but you go out there on the highways and byways and you teach. And from there, man, the rest is history, man. I just wanted to keep growing and growing to be able to bring more to the table, per se, you know, in knowledge, to be able to add to the body. Whether I be a cuticle in the nail, man, I want to be a part of the body and do something. Even I don't care about followers. I don't want to, none of that, man. I just hope Yahweh Bashim Yahushai sees my sincerity for the little congregation that I have out here in Boise, Idaho. You know, and I'm speaking about, you know, myself, but I hope the other brothers out there that are in other rural communities can relate. You know, you have the strength to go out there, you know, go out for 30 minutes at first, you know, build your confidence up. You know, you're not going to be a running sprinter starter, you know, dressing down every game right when you come into this thing. No, you got to come up the proper way. Everything is done in decency and in order, you know. So you're not going to go to the top on the elders and apostles level, you know, probably ever in your life. So you might as well even forget about that, because you're not going to pass somebody in a race that's been in the race for 35 plus years. You know, don't kid yourself, be realistic. So work with what you know to the best of your ability, and keep studying, keep watching videos all the time. Like, my main thing is how I got so, you know, in a way, I don't want to boast, you know, don't take this the wrong way like I'm boasting, but the way I was able to learn so much and learn and retain the most information is that when I was watching a video, I wasn't just watching a video and having it as background noise. No, I was laser focused on making sure that I retained and listened to every single word. And sometimes I would go and watch a video and highlight scriptures as I'm watching the video, and then put a little tab next to it, so that when you do come across something that you do find edifying, that you can bring out of camp, man, make yourself a little note, give yourself a highlighter. You know, we all got staples, and give yourself a little note and a tab with like 2 or 3 words that help you memorize that scripture. And then soon enough, by repetition is the father of perfection, you're just gonna get it, man. So things are gonna just start clicking, line upon line upon line, precept upon precept, here a little, there a little. Roughly paraphrasing, man. This is not something you're gonna get overnight. This Bible takes a whole lifetime to digest. You're not gonna get it in a couple of years, but what you can do is take baby steps. You know, go out on the highways and byways, build your confidence, watch videos, read, you know. Especially after you get the understanding of who's the Gentiles, the heathens, who's Jacob, who's Esau, who's the wicked, you know, what's a woe, what's a parable. When you start to get that knowledge, and you can go into the scriptures yourself and be like, whoa. And if you don't know something, guarantee you can go on GMS and blank, 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 whatever title, type in a question that you have pertaining to scriptures, and I guarantee there's been a video done on it. So this is Luke 14:23, and the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahushai said unto thy Salakia. It's not Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, it's just a parable. It says Luke 14:23, and the Lord said unto the servant, go out into the highways and hedges, and compel them to come in, that my house may be filled. And this was the master that was creating a banquet that none of his guests arrived, because they all had a different excuse. Oh, I got to bury my father. Oh, I just built a house. Oh, I just planted a vineyard. But what he's saying is, go out into the highways and byways. Don't go into some $2.2 million church and asking for people's money every 2 minutes and only talking to the congregation that winds in your building. No, because the people that are in the churches apparently already know the truth. So what do they need? They don't need healed from their sickness, because apparently they're already righteous. They're going to church, you know, in their point of view. So that pastor really should be on the highways and byways, you know, apparently getting the message out to the people that need it, you know. So this is Proverbs 1:20. It says, wisdom crieth without, she uttereth her voice in the streets. Because wisdom is found on the highways and byways, not in some podunk fucking church, man. Like it says in the scriptures, the Most High dwelleth not in temples made by man's hands. Roughly paraphrasing, this is Proverbs 1:21. She crieth in the chief place of concourse, which she is referring to wisdom. Chief places of concourse is like your downtown areas with a bunch of like strip malls with restaurants that people just go walking by. You know, every city has one. You know, the major cities with, you know, a pretty decent size population. Idaho's small and they have that, but we got a lot going on with what you can put out there on camp videos. You know, the main thing when you're on the camp, you're going to be pushing prophecy, because Yahweh Shai is the spirit of prophecy, and you know you're going to be flowing through the spirit, man. So just talk about what you do know, don't talk about what you don't know. So this is starting from the top again. Proverbs 1:21. She crieth in the chief places of concourse, in the openings of the gates, in the city she uttereth her words, saying, Salakia, I didn't get that last one. Proverbs 1:22. Salakia. Proverbs 1:22. How long, ye simple ones, will ye love simplicity, and the scorners delight in their scorning, and the fools hate knowledge. So, and we understand that time is going to go all the way until the day of the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahshai, and those nukes drop, because these 2/3 are not going to make it, and these 2/3 are not going to get it. These heathens damn well ain't going to get it, but not all of them are going to get killed, because somebody's got to be the first fruits. So, you know, who cares about what this world got going on? Who cares how this world looks at you? You know, you're not investing in anything in this world. You know, spiritually, you couldn't care. And this is how the mindset you should be in. You don't care if everything you know is wiped out. And you shouldn't care if all Babylon is wiped out. You have to have the spirit of Job. So, you know, I pray that this lesson was edifying. I don't like to go too deep, you know, when I'm at work, which is I'm at right now, and I don't have a garment, you know, kind of in passing on my lunch break. But you know, I hope that this lesson was edifying in any way, shape, or form to any brothers that maybe had a few questions, concerns, or just, you know, comments on what you can do to go out on the highways and byways to be a better speaker, or to have the motivation to go out there in the first place. So I'm going to end the lesson by giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Rakakwadash, and double honors to the apostles and the elders at Great Millstone. Peace and salutations to the hopeful like Akim out there that are pushing this word in truth and in sincerity. Shalom and DTA and Abba Ball. Soon.